to do, move around, get him looking.
And you can get away with that little fade into turn one. There's a ridge that goes through the center of that corner that you can ride off into the corner. That's not a normal situation that you'd want to do. But turn one, you can get away with that with the way that the banking is right there.
Over the last 2 laps, 4 of the first 6 drivers have run their fastest lap of the race.
Well, they know what they can get away with. They know how much tire they have to save. They've been working and adjusting on their air pressures, their adjustments. Right, they shouldn't be turning their
Well, and the other thing is, the sun's starting to head down. Should be on the backside of the high temperatures, but they're also getting closer to those tire packs. They're in a really good rhythm right now as far as the driver's seat, knowing the exact flow of how to feed that throttle down and not spin the tires to get the most out of it. So these drivers are in a spot at this point in the race where they know all the things that they need to do to get the most out of the car.
Ty Gibbs in the back of that pack trying to move back up through after winning the stage, stopping after the end of it. He's one of the 2 biggest movers since we went back to green.
And that car's fast, Mike, and I think that they had to take the points. With everything that they have going on in the first 2 races, they had to take that stage win. Put them in a bad spot right here, but up to 18th right now and better than most of those in front of him.
And there's Connor Zilic, who has also gained 10 spots since we went back to green, from 21st to 11th.
And he's had a couple of moments where he's had to come from the back. Qualified back there, got spun out. We thought he was out to lunch and not going anywhere, but now he's sitting there in 11th spot.
One of those things that goes out to the hub from the center of the transaxle that's broke. You can see it right there, the way he's having to drive that thing.
He was 3rd when this trouble began. Tough break for Briscoe, who led the first 8 laps of this race.
And he had a solid day. Great start to the race. Kind of faded a little bit, but now he's got...
I'll just tell him to get me fixed and just keep driving around until... Well, I wouldn't pit though.
And he will come to pit road.
I want to try to keep us driving around and get points.
Stage 2. And then came for his stop. So also in is Chase Elliott. Zane Smith is in. Hocevar, Dillon, Suarez, and Gregson. Briscoe went behind the wall.
Like what these drivers would love to see that's made this green flag pit stop, they'd love to see a caution. That means they would leapfrog the leaders because the leaders would have to pit. They would love to see one coming out in the next lap or 2.
And that's the risk that you run if you stay on the racetrack and all these guys start pitting and then that caution were to come out. It would flip the field. So all these guys that are on pit road, if the caution would come out right now, you'd lose all that track position to everybody that's been on pit road already. So the flip side of that is if these leaders stay out for 2, 3, 4, 5 laps, however many laps they decide to stay out longer, they're just going to have fresher tires.
Well, kind of a bad plan, though, is hoping for somebody else's misfortune to make your day.
Hope is never a good strategy, Mike.
Right. And caution flags are pretty rare here because usually if somebody spins, there's enough time for them to get going again before the field comes around.
If you were Ryan Blaney right now, Clint, and you were kind of mano-a-mano right here versus Tyler Reddick, would you just want to pit with him?
I'd be trying to sell my crew chief to get me on pit road 1 lap ahead of him, probably. But if we're so close, I honestly think I've just got to tell myself I have to hit my marks. I need to roll as best I can. My entry, my exit, and the guy's got to do a good job getting them 4 tires on.
Kyle Busch is in, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano on pit road. All green flag pit stops. Here comes Bubba Wallace to the pit lane. And Cole Custer.
And I've thought this a couple times today about these leaders, and I'm thinking to myself right now, Tyler Reddick starting to pull away, got himself a little bit of gap, and then it shrinks back up. So that's really been kind of in the ebb and flow of the distance of the first and second place cars.
They're equally matched. I mean, I'll swap on that. You just, whoever, like you said, whoever wins off of pit road.
Well, if you look at the way the day is going so far, has been a full second faster on each stop today than Blaney's number 12 crew. Here's Marley Herbst. He's up into the top 20. Restarted 32nd. Has worked his way up to 17th place as you watch for a Monster Energy can.
Knowing your pit crew's having a little bit of a difficulty, that probably will maybe I want to come in a little bit early, right? Short pitting, what you think?
I think that if you're on the side of questioning anything like that, you want to be the first one to pit, because we saw earlier how big of an advantage that Tyler Reddick had when he pitted that one lap sooner.
Ron Larson makes his stop along with Ryan Preece. Regan.
Like you see the 5-car Kyle Larson pitting from just inside the top 10 right now. The main thing to look for on this stop is they go over the wall, once at the driver's side door. They're going to take ice packs, water bottles, as well as energy gummies. He's asking for as much help as he can get in that car. Keep in mind that cool suit has not been working for him.
Jesse Long, Josh Berry. In the pit lane, Brad Keselowski and Cody Ware. All making stops, and everybody's still on the lead lap here.